right, we begin with question 1 and the Melbourne Football Club, who on Saturday was sitting in 8th position, but by Sunday night they'd been relegated to 9th. But Jason, they're a tricky team to get your head around. Was Melbourne's season a pass or a fail?
I can't believe we're even asking this question. So the last 13 years, they finished 14th, 16th, which was last, 16th, which was last, 12th, 13th, 16th, 17th, 17th, 13th, 11th, 9th, 4th and 17th. And this year they finished 9th again, and you have the nerve to suggest it's going to be a pass mark. Wow. They last won a flag in 1964. It is the longest current drought in the competition, 56 years, and you have the nerve to suggest it's a pass mark. As a former St Kilda player, Nick Dal Santo, who last won one in 1966, the second longest drought, 54 years, you know better than anyone what it's like to disappoint and torment your fans for a lifetime. And you've got the nerve to suggest it's a pass mark. All the Melbourne fans that saw their last flag, they're dead. So the Melbourne fans today deserve nothing short of a finals berth. And Nick Dal Santo has the nerve to suggest that 9th is a pass mark. Give me a spell.
So that's a big fat fail from the Chief. Dal, and some cheap shots over there to you.
Ultra aggressive, but I like it. And I like this question. Now, Jace, we all know that when you went to school, you were hammering your essays into that stone and just chipping away. But for those that were educated in the modern era, those of the metric system, a pass is simply 50% or more. Did the D's have a good season? No, not at all. Did they have a good season? They stunk at times, Jace. And then do they need to make massive improvements? You bet your big bald head they do. But when you look at the numbers and what the question is asking is, was it a pass mark? They tick that box. They had a horrible season. But let's look at this question. Did they make the pass mark? Yes or no? They won 9 games. They lost 8. And if my maths is correct, carry the 2, that's 53%. They had a shocking year, but by the academic definition, they tick the box. Dreadful year, but it's still a pass mark. I don't need to go any further because it is clear and it is obvious. You can bring up their history once again. They did exactly what you asked them to do. Sarah, by the definition of that question, they pass.
I think you're the only one that defines the AFL as a classroom. And 50%, because I think we can safely say that over the journey, we can look at clubs that have had 5 or 6 wins for a year in a 22-week season and given them a tick for a pass.
Who's ticking
and
them?
we've also had 14 wins and said that's a fail because you should be competing for flags. You can't compare it to the classroom.
You're suggesting they should be competing for
flags. You
flags.
cannot compare it to the classroom.
It is a pass mark.
Nice
Where
try.
they are and the list that they've got on top of 9 and 8.
If it was a battle of the cheap shots, I think it would be an even draw between you two. Was your first draft tonight on Stone, Chief?
I never quite mastered that little tool that they, no, not quite. Anyway.
All right, so
good.
we talk about the tortured fans. All I just heard was so many losses and lasts and flag droughts and deaths. I mean, it's very compelling stuff. But, Nick, you make a compelling argument because the definition of a pass is over 50%.
Not in AFL,
I agree
it's not.
with you.
Not in AFL, it's
However,
not.
the Demons fans, well, they're far too tortured. 9th again. They said it was going to be to hell and back this year. They're still in purgatory. 1 point to you, the Chief.
So did I.
Let's move on to question